Next up, we have another very important concept in JavaScript and which is called methods.
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
Okay, so a method is basically a package or a block of code which you call whenever you need it. Okay, so there is a concept in programming which is called dry. Okay, so essentially the phrase is that your code should be dry, and dry essentially stands for do not repeat yourself. Okay, so as much as you can, try avoiding writing the same statement many times into your program, and instead write it at a central place and always call that particular method. Okay, so now the method in JavaScript basically starts by typing in the function keyword. Okay, so over here on a new line, let's type in a function. Okay, and Sublime Text automatically fills it up for you. So over here, if you can see, the basic format is that you have the function keyword, then you have the function name, then you have the arguments, and then finally you have the body of the function, and then you basically return something. So let's type in a return word over here as well, and we have to return some value over here. Okay, so now let's first write in our basic function, and let's call this function as display output. Okay, so now we have our display output function, and for now let's not add in any arguments. And inside the body, all that we are going to do is we are going to do console.log, and let's type in inside function. Okay, let's add in a semicolon after this, and let's save this. And now a very important thing of function is that you have to call the function sometime inside your code. Okay, so over here, as you can see, we have our name over here, then we have the console.log. So let's get rid of this, and in order to get rid of it, you can either delete it completely or you can convert it into comments. So in JavaScript, comment is basically a line which is not looked at by the browser, but it is just for you to understand what you are writing and where a particular thing is written into your code. Okay, so now to do that, to add a comment, we simply have 2/ over here. So let's add a 2-line comment. So by this we basically convert the whole of this thing into a comment. Okay, so then now we have to basically call upon the function, the display output function. Okay, so to do that, let's remove the numbers and my name. So then to call the display output function, you have to simply use the function name followed by round brackets. Okay, so you have to do display output, then round brackets, and then a semicolon. So this will basically jump onto the display output section. Okay, so essentially the workflow is that you first have the variables declared, then you get onto the my function. So then you go inside over here in my function, and then you again come back. So over here, after the display output function, let's type in another console.log. So let's type in back from the function. Okay, and this basically tells you that over here you will have the display output function, then it will go inside the display output function, it will execute the code which is inside the display output function, and then it will go back from where it came to the display output function, and then it will console.log the back from function value. So if everything works accordingly, we should see the inside function value first, and then we should see the back from the function value. Okay, so let's save this, let's go on to our browser and let's refresh it. So now as you can see, we have our inside function print value first, and then we have the back from function value. Okay, so now this is how you basically call upon functions. So now essentially if you had to print out the inside function 10 times, then instead of writing the whole console.log thing 10 times, you can simply type in the display output method as long as you want. Okay, so then this is a type of simple method where we don't give out something. So we don't do any calculations inside the method and we don't give out something back to the execution after the execution of the method. And this particular type of method is called a void method, where we are not returning anything back. So the code inside this is only executed and we are not giving anything back from the function. Okay, so then next up, let's add a function which returns some value. Okay, so to do that, we simply have to add in the return word over here, and let's return an integer value. Okay, so let's return 7 over here. Okay, so now over here, let's simply we are using the display output function over here. So now basically let's console.log the display output function. Okay, so now inside the display output function we are going to get back 7. So if we console.log this whole function, so let's do console.log, and now if we console.log the whole function, the expected value which we should see onto the console is the number 7. So let's save this, let's go back to our page, let's refresh this, and now as you can see over here, let's look at the workflow again. So we have our variables initialized, then we are starting to get into the display output function. Inside the display output function, the very first console.log which you can see is the inside function, and then after the inside function console.log is executed, we are returning a value of 7 which goes back, and it is then printed due to this console.log. And then after this particular statement is done, then you have another console.log which says back from the function, and this is how some return value from a function works. Okay, so then next up we have a function which can take in some input values. Okay, so over here inside the display output function, any variable which you want to take inside the function can be added inside the round brackets. Okay, so now to do that, let's write in two variables over here. So let's call this num1 comma num2. Okay, so now whenever you call in the display output function, you have to always give it two values inside these round brackets so that it can do something with that values. Okay, so now we have inside function console.log, so let's add another console.log, and this will basically print in the value of number 1 into number 2. So we have num1, then we have into, then we have num2. Okay, so this function will basically print in the value of num1 into num2. So now instead of printing it out, let's do one thing, let's return this particular value. Okay, so let's type in return over here, and let's just add in brackets over here, and let's remove this return statement. Okay, so now essentially what this function does is that it takes two numbers, num1, num2, then it displays the console.log statement which says inside function, and then it will return a value of num1 into num2. Okay, so now over here let's pass in two numbers. So the first one is my number and the second one is my second number. Okay, so this is how we have passed in two parameters inside the display output method. Okay, so it is not at all necessary that all of these parameters should be of the integer data type. You can very well use the string data type over here as well if that is what the program needs. So let's first save this, and now let's refresh our page again, and now as you can see we have the inside function printed over here, and then the return value is then printed due to this console.log over here, and then that particular value essentially gives out 64. Okay, so that is how you basically have the 64, 8 into 8, 64 printed over here. Okay, so now let's console.log another value. So let's copy this, then let's go on a new line, let's paste this, and on my number let's type in 10, and over here let's type in 20. Let's save this, and now let's reload it again. So now as you can see, we have 64 and 200. So 10 into 20 is 200. So essentially over here we have performed the multiplication operation 2 times, but the code of num1 into num2 is written just once. And this is what I essentially mean by the dry statement of do not repeat yourself. And yes, this is pretty much it for the methods part in JavaScript.